What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Once Divine Destiny, it's your boy Brandon. As I welcome and open up this channel to the community that we're trying to build here, I would just like to introduce some things that we're going to be talking about on this channel, some segments. Might have some vlogging, and obviously have stuff about the brand. But again, we're trying to. The whole intent here is to just build community, create conversations, dialogue, create a safe space where people can feel like they can express themselves without any judgment. Um, just creating an opportunity for people to, hear their own voice and, not feel as though they're being ignored. They feel like they can have a give and take, a conversation with somebody that, you know, might not see eye to eye with them, but is at least open to hear what they have to say and respects their point of view. It doesn't try to persuade them to, agree with how they feel it should be, but just allow them to just be vulnerable and to hear them. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here with this channel. um, Again, just like I was saying in the beginning, a segment that I'm going to be introducing here, and we're going to kick it off today, is going to be topic videos where I kind of just random ideas and thoughts that pop into my head, or that I might hear, just randomly. Most of the time they're just written down ideas that came randomly when I was just staring off into space or doing something miscellaneous. So I feel like they might be things that other people might be wondering or thinking about, or just good conversation starters. I feel just them random thoughts. I feel always can kind of be those sparks to enlightening conversations. So just about believing and trusting that hunch, I feel. So let's get into it today. The first episode that we're going to be talking about on topics is going to be the wisdom and peace you acquire when you move on God's divine timing. Moving with the four seasons of life, understanding the importance of each season and what each season is teaching you and opening you up to and preparing you for, and what it is you're supposed to be doing in each season. Whether you're supposed to be planting, sowing, harvesting, or really just resting. Understanding literally, I feel the divine wisdom that God will place on you if you're open and receptive to, I feel, I like to say the winds of life. 'Cause I feel like life is like wind, and honestly, more like water because the way it moves. Like even if you look at the waves, in order for the waves to come crashing forward, they have to recede back. So I look at that as like take time to reflect and taking time to kind of, just see what's going on, taking time to kind of observe what's going on in your life. I feel like, just through the pandemic, the past 2 years leading up to it, I feel like my life was so fast. I feel like I was literally a passenger in my own life. I feel like kind of like I had no control. Like I was just like, what's the word? I don't know. Just recklessly like driving through life. I felt like I had no kind of direction. Um, while I was in college doing sports and even previously in high school, I felt like that. But I felt like through the pandemic, I was allowed an opportunity to get clear and quiet with myself. That allowed me to receive, some direction and some guidance and some clarity from God. And, really opened my eyes up, and, He blessed me with a whole new perspective on life. Um, you know, Removing me from habits and situations and things that, were no longer serving me. Um, you know, Trying not to indulge into things that I know weren't for me, bad habits, negative, characteristics, like gossiping, all that stuff, negative thinking about yourself, doubts, limitations, fears, trying not to dwell and focus on those thoughts, but more so, focus more on what God says about me. Embracing the I am enough, I am what I am, I am righteous, I am the head and not the tail, I'm a victor, not a victim, all those, really trying to hone in on the positive self-affirmations and trying to erase the negative thoughts in my mind. Because I felt like, most of my life, when I look back at it now, obviously I'm on the other side, still working, still developing, the work never stops. That's one thing I learned about, self-growth and self-awareness is that as soon as you think you got it figured out, you get tested with another opportunity to really test your tools that you think you've acquired. And so with that, it's like you really have to stay a student. You really have to be open. You really have to be, um, I feel, really just willing. Really, really willing to improve yourself each day. Doing the hard stuff. Making the hard stuff the priority and making the easy stuff the what is the common, I guess, the common sense, like making the easy stuff the stuff that should be done. The focusing really on the intangibles rather than tangibles, meaning what you wake up telling yourself, what you wake up putting in your mind, what you wake up focusing on how you're going to affirm how your day's going to go. Not worrying about your outfit or how people are going to appear and perceive you from an appearance on the outside, but really tapping into the intangibles of your thoughts. Really tapping into how your heart feels. How are you feeling physically? Is your body aching? Is your body trying to tell you need rest? Really being in tune with yourself, trying to get into that quiet stillness to be, I feel, in complete harmony with you and your being. Because we're spiritual beings and living a human experience. So I feel like the more we nurture and develop our spiritual self, we'll be able to, I feel, receive the abundance and the prosperity that our physical self, would like to endure. Not from a fleshly craving, but just enjoying life, man. I feel like God put us here to enjoy our lives, but to do it righteously and to walk out our purpose that He put us here for, not to just go through life blind and crashing out and doing whatever we want, even though He gave us free will, but truly staying in that righteous characteristics and discipline, trying to push the kingdom forward, not trying to be, I feel, I feel like, not trying to be, what's the word? I don't want to say negative or toxic, because I feel like toxic's so played out. But I want to say, like, just not going in the opposite direction of what God wants for you. Not trying to do it all yourself and try to figure it out yourself, but sometimes allowing God to just coast you through. It's like a surfer, man. It's like when you watch a surfer come down off a wave, man, he rides it out. He lets that wave push him forward. And he does his own little, cuts and edits, and he, tears it up, adds his own little flavor to it. But for the most part, he's letting that wave bring him forward. And depending on the current and the speed and the roughness of that wave, that's going to dictate how he rides it. Pause. So yeah, man. We just here. We just trying to stay true to ourselves, man. Biggest thing I learned in the past 2 years, you gotta stay true to yourself, man. People gonna come up against you. They gonna talk about you. They gonna have opinions about you. But as long as you got pure intentions, at the end of the day, you moving righteous and that you're trying to put one foot in front of the other. Positively trying to uplift the world, trying to make things better. Whether it's picking up a piece of trash on the sidewalk, holding the door for somebody, saying thank you, please, hello, how are you doing today? The small things. You don't gotta donate $1 billion to a charity, even though that would be nice too. But not everybody has $1 billion. We can start with the little things. And these are things that I had to teach myself, man. Is that you think that changing the world is like, oh my God, I got to do something so drastic. But changing the world is really just loving yourself, being happy, walking in your righteousness, walking into your alignment that God calls you to walk into, being nice to people, trying to do something for somebody else. I feel that's how you change the world. It's like each individual person does their part, as a collective, we'll see the progression. I feel like that's just, I feel like it can't go any other way. It's like if everybody's doing the bad stuff, I mean, we obviously see what's going on in the world now. We got a whole lot of unfortunate situations and events going on, prayers to anybody whose family or is being affected by those things, because we wish you, blessings and prosperity. But on the flip side, this channel, this brand is all about pushing the needle forward in terms of self-awareness, self-love, mental health, positivity, self accountability, and really just trying to inspire people to take charge of their life, not from a selfish, greedy perspective, but really from a selfless, confident, and trustworthy perspective. Really allowing and trying to instill in people to really believe and trust in themselves. Trust your gifts, trust your abilities, trust your interests. What it is that you feel like you were put on this planet to do. And if you don't know that, take that time that you deserve and figure that out. Get quiet with yourself. Enjoy that stillness that God will provide for you if you're open to receive it. And walk in that, because he's going to drop it in you, but you gotta open it up for him to put it in there, which is something that I had to learn myself. It's like, which comes back to the phrase, stop blocking your own blessings. There's a lot of times God's trying to push us in a way that is for us and that we actually ultimately want to go, but we try to go our own way and take the long road. And I don't mean the long road in terms of patience and enduring the seasons and the work that God's going to put you through, but I mean the long road in terms of we thinking we know better. And it's like they always say, when you make plans, God laughs, because he, orders our steps. It's already written, so really just tapping into and trying to come in complete harmony with that righteousness and that alignment and that destiny that he has for us. I feel like it's going to allow opportunities and to create those intimate feelings of, accomplishing something, purposefulness, abundance, and just, those enlightening feelings that I feel everybody is deserving of feeling. I don't feel like we were put here to live in bondage or to live in, depression or anxiety or fears or doubts. And I feel like we were put on this earth to move with love, to walk with love, to be happy, to endure with life. Those is not always going to be positive and negative, but, they always say that, the sun's going to shine in the morning. The sun's going to rise in the morning, I'm sorry. So, just knowing that tomorrow is going to be a better day and that tomorrow is always going to come and that, today is today. It's always another opportunity to recreate yourself and to walk into, God's purpose on your life. So, again, I thank you for tuning in. Drop some comments down below on what you guys thought about this, and then obviously I'll read over them, and it'll kind of dictate what I do in my next episode in terms of reflection, or we just move into the next topic episode and you guys can comment and I can kind of respond like that. So you guys let me know below what you want to do. I appreciate you. I wish nothing but blessings and prosperity for you guys. Again, welcome to One's Divine Destiny. Check out our website, onesdivinedestiny.com. All socials, links in the bio below. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Yeah.